Hello everyone, this is Melissa with Enchanted Emerald bringing you your reading for the collective for July 21st, 2022. And as we get started here, I am just going to introduce the deck that I'm using today. So the deck that I'm using is actually the Light Seers Tarot, and it has such amazing artwork. It's actually become one of my favorite decks that was actually gifted to me recently, and so I use that really more in place of the traditional Rider-Waite deck at this point in time. Although I have many decks, that's just one of my favorites. So what's coming out of the deck today for us, we actually have 4 cards that came out. We have Queen of Wands coming out with the Fool, right? New journey, new beginning, and opening yourself up with the Page of Wands, and then leading into the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so what I feel with this is that you may have been on a journey in which you were trying to discover your path, right? Where you were really just unintentionally pursuing hobbies, things of interests, right? And attempting to put that into your spare time, right? Putting your energy and time into things that make you happy and bring you joy. And so I think that at the end of the day, you were putting your time and energy into those things, and it was getting the last of you, right? After you've spent your entire day working, running errands, doing all of those things, whatever energy was left, that was what was going into your projects, your hobbies, things like that, your interests for your own personal pursuit of happiness. And so I think that now it's kind of switching gears, right? Because you originally maybe have started that as something that was kind of fun for you, right? You were looking to add more joy. And so now I feel like it's kind of flipped a little bit, right? Where every waking moment, you're kind of living, breathing, eating, sleeping, those hobbies, that thing, that personal interest that brings you so much joy. So now you're really trying to find more spare time to do those things. And so you're really trying to flip it so that you're getting the hobbies and personal interests as more of a priority, and introducing that into your day as more of a priority and spending more time with that, rather than running errands and having your energy pulled in a million directions and other things that you're doing, right? And so I feel like throughout this process, this has fed your soul, right? It's nourished your soul. And so you are learning more about yourself. And as you create more joy in your life, you're attracting more joy, you're attracting more opportunities, you're becoming more magnetic to the people in your life that are intended to be there, to the opportunities that are meant for you. Of course, attracting, again, more joy into your life as a result of having this joy. And so it's a beautiful process that is taking place here. So with this, I really feel there is a pursuit here of intellect and higher knowledge, right? So this isn't maybe, necessarily a real sit down, take a class, learn about it, take notes, take a test type of thing, right? This is learning more about yourself through your external experiences. And so as a result of that, you are feeling more connected to your higher self, your intuition. As you are more going with the flow, you're paying attention to how you're feeling, you're more in tune to these ideas that are popping into your head, right? That is your higher self speaking with you through your intuition. So you're very, very open to these new ideas, and they're becoming more prevalent at this point in time. Now I feel like your goals could be, a bit, of a skyscraper high type goal, right? Like this pie in the sky type goal, something that's like hugely optimistic, a little unrealistic, or maybe totally unrealistic, and you really are hoping that, that is something that you've got your eyes set on and that you really would like to achieve. However, again, I'm going to preface this with saying that we have, all of our abilities to be able to co-create a beautiful life with the universe, and say that there's this magical alchemy available to us at all times, and we can, of course, use all of that in creating this beautiful life, right? So you're building the building blocks, this foundation for getting yourself to that high rise in the sky, right? To that pie in the sky type of goal. But there is, a caution here, and that we do want you to, yes, set your intentions, and there is magic in that strong intention, and there is magic in taking baby steps and creating a momentum towards that bigger goal. There is magic in asking the angels for help along the way. There is magic in all of these things. But we also want to be sure that we aren't setting our sights so high that it's so unrealistic that we're going to let ourselves down, right? When things are not happening in the way that we had perceived them to be possible for us. And so, again, I feel as though if you were to kind of lower your expectation just a little bit, right? Because when you're doing that, you're creating space for spirit to show up for you, to bring in that miracle, right? But you're also getting super excited because you're starting to see something that is attainable for you, and that you can physically see and physically put into a mold or touch, right? And so I feel that on the other side of that, you're going to be feeling as though you're going to be like, gosh, I really like I'm totally thanking my lucky stars for this, and I'm super happy. I do feel like this might be a specific message for somebody, but I feel as though there's some sort of a lucky, animal foot, like a rabbit foot, or there's some sort of little lucky token that somebody kind of carries with them, right? But I feel like if you are making your actions attainable, this is not luck. This is something that you owe to yourself, right? To help you in achieving your goals and feeling as though you are making your dreams possible, making your dreams come true, right? So I feel with this is like an alligator spirit animal kind of coming in with that, right? This is very symbolic of being on a journey of self-discovery, right? Putting yourself to the test, putting yourself into a space where you are pushing your limits, getting yourself outside of your comfort zone, seizing opportunities that you wouldn't ordinarily seize possibly maybe in the past, right? Because you will be very magnetic with that joy to new opportunities showing up for you. Very new, very different opportunities showing up for you. And in this space, again, it's about being honest with yourself, not being too rigid in terms of what it is that you're wanting and how you're going to achieve that, but being open, being flexible and adaptable, because as you're able to change with the tides of what's coming, the more you'll be able to achieve. And so, that is going to put you in a space where people and your team possibly that you're working with, or your support system, they'll be able to rely on you, right? You still want to be able to make sure that you're there for the ones that you love, the ones that need you, and you're working through all of that. Also, in addition to putting your priorities on the table and making sure that your goals and your dreams and your visions are not taking a back seat, but being a priority within this whole dynamic in your life, right? And so, I feel like the key here is to really remember why you started. There will be times that you're not going to feel like your heart is in it. There will be times when you are going to feel overwhelmed. There will be times when it will feel taxing. It will feel like, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. Things like those limiting type of thoughts will start to come in for you. And that is, in those moments, the most important time to start to remember why you started and to make sure that you're still rekindling that fun, that joy, right, that you are having as you're doing that now, right? Remember when you get this high into achieving your goal that you're still finding joy throughout this whole process, right? That you're still rekindling that joy each and every day, or bringing joy, inviting more joy into that process as you're working toward those goals every single day. Because if you take that fun out of it, it is going to feel heavy. It's going to feel meaningless. You might feel hopeless, okay? And we don't want to get you into a space where you're feeling like that. Now, there might be a time in which you may need to rely on your supports. And so with this, there comes a need here too, with this alligator spirit, to reveal your deeper feelings, right? I feel like you're going to be connecting with yourself and kind of peeling back the layers of your past and getting to know, as you test your limits, your strengths and your weaknesses. And so when you're honest with yourself throughout this whole process of your abilities and your limitations, you are able to connect more authentically with yourself of who you are at your core. And so when you are connecting with others within your team, with new people that you're meeting, or within your support system, you may tend to want to retreat a little bit, be reluctant to share those feelings, because you may be a little bit concerned at times about what others may think of you. You are worried about judgment being cast upon you or projected onto you. But this is very prominent here in that you are standing in your power. All the way around this, you are standing in your power. When you are standing in your authenticity, that's a reminder here for you to know that you are getting noticed by people, whether you know that or not. And as you get noticed, people are drawn to you. And so this is you and your power. And as you do that, and you're drawing these opportunities to you, these people may have a tendency to be a bit like in envy, right? Where they want to start to achieve some of those things just like you, right? You're inspiring other people. And with that, you will have people that will step forward and, want to know how you're doing those things, right? And they just seek some of the same knowledge. But there is this point where you have to kind of maybe let them know, listen, is this possible for me? It's possible for you too. And so we get to work in this greater good for all scenario, right? And you can help them on their journey and on their path, rather than allowing someone to feel as though you're a competition, right? There's no need for this envy. And so once you are approaching them and you're open with them and you reveal those feelings, right, it kind of dismisses some of those doubts within you. And then also it will help to invite them forward to perhaps have a conversation and ask you, how are you doing these things? And is there a way that you might be able to help me overcome some of these barriers that maybe I'm experiencing at this point in time? And so you become sort of this collaboration in moving forward, right? And for their own greater good, right? For their highest and best. And so this is a beautiful dynamic to step into. And so, of course, this is going to take courage, right? This is your inner well of courage that you're really going to have to tap into and draw from as you're doing this and moving forward in a big, big way. Because I feel as though you might be feeling a little bit right now stuck, and this is temporary, right? That's an illusion, because we're really never truly stuck. There is contrast always being shown to us. We're always striving for more. The energy that is being shown to us is stuff that is manifested from our energy from the past. Our energy we're in right now is going to show up for us in the future. And so this is why we're always in a need to be mindful of where our thoughts are, what energy we're putting out. And so with all of this, you know, there could be a tendency to kind of slip past and back into that place where we feel as though we are seeking, but we have everything that we need, and we have everything we need to create and co-create all that we are longing for. And so, you know, again, this desperation, we need to let that fall by the wayside, because what we seek, we will find. Exactly what we're looking for, it will come to pass as we start to align with that energy, as we start to put out that energy of you know, having everything that we need and everything that we want, as we start to put out that energy and intention, right? That intention is key. And so in this process, you'll find that you'll turn your power into your strength. And so you'll start to maybe take this wait and see type of approach, right? It's a bit of an ebb and flow, aligning, okay, I'm feeling called now to take some action. You're taking that inspired action, and then you kind of step back because you're no longer feeling inspired, and you're waiting to see what's going to show up as a result of that, right? It's this flow that you're in co-creating with the universe in this web of life, right? And so all of this, by taking that wait and see approach, Spirit's saying it's having faith. That's showing that you have faith to take that inspired action without even knowing that outcome. That's faith, right? Trusting that it's going to happen. And so as you do that, you're surrendering to the universe, you're dropping your resistance, and you'll have everything that you need, everything that your heart desires, and everything that you want, all falling into place in no time at all. So it's a beautiful message that we have here for you today. And I do so hope that this resonates for you in some way, shape, or form. As always, if you are interested in your own personal reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. You can message me at enchantedemeraldny@gmail.com, or you can go ahead and book a session through the Square site pinned in the description box below here on YouTube, or if you're catching me on my Enchanted Emerald business page on Facebook, you can catch that Square site pinned at the top of the page. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube, please don't hesitate to do so that you're in the know of all of the new and amazing content as it's released. And until next time, folks, please be kind to one another. I'll be back for another read with you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Take care.